my beauties and bees, and welcome to Strange Science. Just a short and sweet, silly one for Strange Science this morning because someone's asking the big questions on the internet, and we need to. There's Gurr. Talk about the damn monsters. Yeah, we already talked about the monsters. We have the sand down clown and lizard people, girl. What more do you want from me? But we're asking the big questions today, like I said. Do bees have knees? Right? This is important science that we do here. Me and Sandy are doing a science experiment too before I read this, because we're trying to determine if Japanese maples are the best trees to determine if the final frost of the year has come through. If there are leaves, my hypothesis that I have proposed is that if the Japanese maples have leaves on their branches, then there is going to be no more frost. That's the proposition. Obviously, there are ways to falsify this, so it's going to be a years-long experiment. Yeah, this is it's just a hypothesis, and me and Sandy are on opposite sides of it, thinking that she thinks maybe they aren't a good measure, and I think that they probably are, and we're gonna explore. But there's nothing to do with the topic at hand. I just like to tell you that we do real science around here at HiveSci. It's a real ongoing experiment. We have, as you can see, a whole plethora of micro ecosystems. All right. But do bees have knees? Bees do have a femur and a tibia, but they do not have a kneecap like ours. If anyone ever called you the bee's knees, take it as a compliment. The phrase dates back to the 1920s and describes a highly admired person or thing, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary. I think my hive is the bee's knees. I'm using it in a sentence so you understand what it's meant to say. All right. But have you ever really stopped to imagine a bee with knees? Do bees, and other insects for that matter, even have knees? First, let's consider the knee we know best, our own. The human knee is a complicated structure. It includes 3 bones: the femur, thigh bone, the tibia, the shin bone, and the patella, the kneecap. That's the important one here. But it's not just bones. An assortment of cartilage, ligaments, and tendons, with the help of lubricants, all work in sync to help you straighten and bend your leg at the knee. Many other animals, such as birds and mammals, and some reptiles, also have kneecaps. Bees' legs have 5 segments: the coxa, the trochanter, the femur, the tibia, and the tarsus. Bees and their fellow insects, on the other hand, do not have bones in the sense that other animals do. They have exoskeleton, like unlike vertebrates, which have the hard skeleton that holds up their squishy outside. Bees and insects are the opposite. A bee's skeleton or exoskeleton is on the outside. The exoskeleton is made of a tough material called chitin to protect the internal softer parts. But similar to the legs of humans and other legged animals, bees' legs are made up of distinct segments. According to Ramesh Sigili, a bee researcher at Oregon State University, bee legs are divided into 5 parts. Starting closest to the body, they are the coxa, the trochanter, the femur, the tibia, and the tarsus. In between the femur and the tibia, is there a knee like ours? The answer is no, according to Sigili. There will be a chitin joint between each of these segments, Sigili told HiveScience. Bees have 6 segments on their legs, and they're all joined together. Rather than a jumble of tendons, ligaments, and kneecap, bees have a simple ball and socket joint between their leg segments, Sagilli said. Those joints help bees move their legs, groom themselves, dislodge pollen, or dance to show their hive mates where to find nectar-filled flowers. In the early 20th century, before its evolution into a compliment, people used the phrase bee's knees to describe something that doesn't exist. And they were right. So while bees don't have the same knees we do, they still have a joint between their tibia and femur that allow them flexibility. Yeah. So it's a ball and socket joint as opposed to, what we have is a hinged joint. So yeah, that was by Joanne Wendell. Just a funny little article about the bee's knees for our little bizarre science today, our bizarre science segment today in Strange Science. So thank you for joining me for that, and please remember to be kind and take care, and we will see you next time.